Could XPR be the next XLM? I think so, even though nothing I say is financial advice. But the only reason is not just because I could very well see XPR going to the price of 25 cents, but another reason is because I do view this as somewhat of an alternative to something like XRP, which XLM is. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that XPR is ever going to defeat XLM in the long term. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's going to be, this bigger project. All I'm saying is that it really reminds me of XLM in a sense that for the longest time possible, a lot of people thought that, hey, XRP is number one, but then they thought like the other viable alternative was XLM. So the way you take a look at XPR is that could it very well be viewed as in a regard like XLM, where it could be viewed as, again, a viable alternative to XRP? I think maybe. And that's what I'm referring to in this case. Because you got to think about when it comes to the XPR network, it's even been stated that it's a layer 1 proof of stake blockchain. Now, people may be thinking, okay, that's kind of basic, like who cares? Well, here's the thing. The XPR network provides an alternative to traditional payment systems like ACH and SWIFT or Visa and MasterCard through an innovative resource model. Again, take a look at the names I mentioned there: SWIFT, Visa, MasterCard. Take a look at ACH. This is how amazing XPR is. And it's not like XPR is this multi-billion-dollar market cap project that is, mainstream, that's supposed to have good fundamentals. Again, relatively speaking, compared to, XLM and XRP, XPR is quite essentially a very small project in the grand scheme of things. Now, it's not a microcap, but it's kind of small compared to them. Now, keep in mind, XPR is not to be confused with like XRP, of course, but I'm just saying, when it comes to XPR, another unique selling point I think it would have, or should I say it does have, in my opinion, is the fact that it is ISO 20022 compatible as a blockchain. Again, I'm talking about the XPR network here. I think it's beginning to become kind of evident why it's very similar to like Stellar, aka XLM, and Ripple, aka XRP. But even besides that, why is being compatible when it comes to this fantastic? It's because if we take a look at ISO 20022, that right there is currently being used by many financial institutions from all around the world for inter-organizational data exchange. So again, it's something that's already being used. It's not like it's experimental or like, we have to find people to use it or whatever. Again, that's not the case. It's already up and running. Many financial institutions are already using this. In some cases, right, multi-billion-dollar giants. So the way I view it is that this is how amazing XPR is. For quote-unquote, as relatively speaking small it is as a project, the way you take a look at it is that its features is very amazing. It feels like, wow, I can't believe that. So the way I view it is that when it comes to XPR, it's a very unique project. Now, not to mention, right, we take a look at when it comes to XPR, it's even been stated that it can also be used for various applications such as DeFi and gaming. And of course, when it comes to DeFi, I'm referring to decentralized finance. Now, why could this be good, I would say, when it comes to the future of XPR? It's because if we take a look at blockchain gaming, its market size is predicted to be worth over $300 billion by 2030, according to Grandview Research. Now, Grandview Research also predicts that by that year, the DeFi market is expected to exceed $200 billion. So that's combined, right? Those two markets expected to be valued as over $500 billion by 2030. So really, the way I view it is that when it comes to something like XPR, it has the right pieces in place, I would assume, because it's a very solid project. It kind of reminds me of like a Stellar and Ripple, but then it's as if I went back in a time machine and acquired them at a much lower point, because XPR, again, it's pretty much the same as like them, but then market cap is way lower. And think about this, right? Because of the Ripple and SEC case, for quite a while, many developers, in my opinion, were not willing to jump into this space because of the reputation. And as a result of that, when I ask people, hey, what are the projects do you know in the global trade and finance and the payments market space, right, when it comes to cryptocurrency related things? Usually when I ask people that, they say Ripple, again, aka XRP, and Stellar, aka XLM, but they can't really mention anything else. Like for instance, right, many of them don't know that XDC exists, or like, XCN or XPR or ZBCN, right? They don't know this. In some cases I've seen. So the way I take a look at it is that when it comes to the third place, it's still kind of up for grabs. Now, I'm not saying that XPR is going to be third place for sure, because it's up under some pretty good competition. You take a look at XCN again, something like XDC, something like also ZBCN. Again, I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to be a guaranteed top 3, but at least it has the chance to at least become top 5, in my opinion, right? Why not? The market is really massive. The payments market is valued at over $2 trillion. The global trade and finance market is predicted to reach up to $5 trillion in value by 2028, according to Mortar Intelligence. Again, very massive markets, but not that many dynamic or even famous competitors. XPR has the time to shine, and the name is very similar, right? XDC, XRP, XCN, and again, of course, XPR. People like to say that sometimes it's kind of like piggybacking off like XRP because the name is so similar. I mean, it literally uses the same letters as XRP, just kind of like shifted around, right, to make it XPR. But even besides that, why not? Take a look at Pepe. It did very well. Does that mean that it's bad that it kind of copied the same model of a meme coin of like other meme coins, like for instance, very famous ones like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu? I'm not saying it's an exact copy, but again, it's a meme coin, right? So again, Pepe did very well. I think XPR could also do very well, just basically based on the notion that the fact that it's very similar to XRP or XLM. So this is what I really like about it. And people may think that, okay, yeah, 25 cents is crazy and all this because they take a look at the price, they take a look at the crypto space overall. But here's the thing. If it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $7 billion, which is around a 55x from here. So when you think about that, really, XPR doesn't need to do that much in order to do pretty good, because even though I think XRP and XLM is amazing, in the next 6 to 10 months, it can't do over a 50x. That's the way to take a look at it. I think something like XPR has a higher probability of doing that. Now, why the next 6 to 10 months I'm paying attention to that is because usually altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, based on the last Bitcoin halving event, it would actually mean around October this year, which is why I'm more so paying attention near the end of this year. Granted, things can happen earlier or later, whatever the case may be, but still, based off history, I'm going to pay attention to this because when I take a look at XPR, it's a very solid project, and with over 600 million crypto owners, which we do have as of right now, allegedly according to Crypto.com research, this bull run I don't think is going to be bad, right? It's just a matter of time. Of course, things could have a pullback in the short term, in the medium term, things can be kind of volatile, but still, I believe in XPR because the way I view it is that as long as Ripple and Stellar, have a future, which they do, and they do have a good following, I think XPR is still going to stick around. That's the way I view it. It's like, for instance, as long as Dogecoin and Shiba Inu is doing good, as long as the whole, meme coin space is doing good, Pepe is still going to be around. So really, anything I take a look at when it comes to this is a no-brainer. And why is around a $7 billion market cap not too much to ask for? Because that's the market cap approximately that XPR would have, considering current circulating supply, if it were to again go to the price of 25 cents. It's not too bad because when you take a look at Dogecoin reaching over 80 billion, XRP not too long ago reaching around the $150 billion market cap, you take a look at, Dogecoin 1 point reach over 80 billion back in 2021, Shiba Inu that year reached around 40 billion. I don't think it's too much to ask for. And not even in a fully fledged bull run yet, XRP is already doing that good. So imagine once XRP reaches these great heights and then a lot of the hype is kind of trickling down to something like XPR, really the sky's the limit, and 25 cents wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I view this as a somewhat up-and-coming XLM. Even though it's never going to defeat it, it just gives me the vibes of XLM. And it also gives me the vibe of like something else that could very well be an alternative to XRP and XPR. That's my pick right here, and 25 cents wouldn't surprise me whatsoever during this bull run. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. Greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.